Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today in the Tier 5 season opener. I am joined today with our special guest, Giantsfan.
Hello.
How's it going, bro?
Not too bad. I'm excited for my first comm duty here, and
I'm excited to have you with us.
I'm excited for this new season. I think we're gonna have a lot of great racing in this new game.
Introduce us to our fans here who haven't really heard of you or are new to the league.
So I am Giantsfan. I have been in this league for this is my fourth season now, and I am a Tier 1 driver and back-to-back Tier 1 champion. And I have fallen in love with MRL. It's a great league, and we're gonna put on a great show today.
I am very excited to do just that. Put on a great show. We're gonna go over track real quick. Silverstone can be either wet or dry or both at the same time. Who knows? It could be rain while it's sunny or sunny while it's raining, or that's the same thing. Or it could be, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, there's a lot of flat out sections. You got some slow corners in between. A lot of opportunities to overtake with the DRS. Jumping into our race notes. This is the least heavy rookie tier, which is honestly surprising to see. We have a new sportsbook element to MRL this season, and McLaren are the heavy favorites coming into the race today. Last season came down to the wire. I think it came down to the very last race in Canada. We do have a couple drivers from Tier 4 coming down to Tier 5. Just a couple. Jim Just Raged, Hogs, and I think a couple others. But Terp Charles and Sniper are going to be kind of favorites to watch, as all three of those do have very good pace. Giants, what do you think about our Tier 5 season opener today?
I think it's going to be a really difficult race. This track is so close on times and can produce such great racing that we're going to see a lot of side-by-side. We're going to see some time penalties, and I think the strategy is going to be kind of all over the place because we can do soft, medium, hard. It's not – if you have a fresh set of softs, I think the way to go is soft, medium. But if you don't have that fresh set of softs from quali, you got to go medium, hard because the softs will not last very long.
Yeah, I would have to agree. There's going to be some people trying to go for those medium softs, but it's very particular to how you drive and how your setup is if you can make it work. I have seen some people make it work, but most of the time it's medium hard or soft hard. We do have a couple people out on a lap right now. I'm going to jump on board with Herb Charles. Seems to be behind the two Alfa Romeos of Sinon and Vince. I'm really excited to see what Edge has to offer us today. I'm really hoping he can put it on pole. But obviously I'm gonna be looking at Pogs and Terp because obviously they're on Alpine. You know how it is.
Oh yeah, my guy to look out for is Jim. Because Jim Just Raged was a very good Tier 4 driver, and with the addition of so many new drivers and a new tier, he kind of got bumped down to Tier 5, and I think he's, in my opinion, I think right now he's the favorite for the championship.
Yeah, just like Woodford was saying in the chat right there, there's a lot of crazy talent in Tier 5. Like, it might not look like that on the surface, but once you start looking at all these names, you have Rage Quit, you have Sign-On, Terp, Balaam, Toast, Jim Just Rage, Deathman, Lollytops, Pogs, like a whole slew. You can't forget Midnight Killer either.
Now, Midnight is a solid driver. He did very well last season. He's going to be up against it here with all these new Tier 4 guys previous Tier 4 guys coming down to Tier 5, but I still look for him to do very well.
I do as well. We have Terp Charles now on a lap behind Vince, I do believe, as Sign-On lost force feedback in the middle of his lap.
That's the one thing I'm really concerned about for my own race tonight is the force feedback, because it's good to happen maybe like once a race or once a session.
Yeah.
So that's my key thing to look out for the guys on wheel is just not losing that force feedback, because it just happens randomly.
Yes, it does. I'm happy I'm on PC now because I haven't lost force feedback once at all yet. So it's been pretty good.
Must be nice. Vince is almost to the end of his lap right now.
So it's
traffic ahead of him.
I'll be right back because my dog wants out of my room.
Vince is going to come across the line and put up a 27.7. Now let's compare that to Terp. As Terp is going to come across the line next. Does Terp improve from that? He does at a 27.6. It's two very close times to start off here.
It very much is. There's so many drivers that are going to be able to put this on pole, as you can see. Lollytop's going in front of Terp.
On the mediums.
Then you have CJ with 26 already, 26.9.
I think we could see a mid 26, even a low 26 for pole here.
I do believe
it's very doable.
Tier 6 was in the low 26s as well. The low 26s.
Yeah, the times are really going to be all over the place because Jim just went wide and managed to keep it valid. But the times are going to be all over the place, I think, for this first season, just because so many new guys, so many guys adjusting assists and all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
So times here are going to be really interesting to look at these first couple of races.
Yeah, especially with the new data program that we have most of the tiers covered. I do believe we have all of them covered at this point. Because me and MRK, the lead commentator in Tier 6, me and him have been working in the background to get well, he mainly did the database. I've just been spreading it to everyone at this point. But it gives us like how the longest stints were, what the fastest top 10 laps were. It gets your consistency rating. It gets your attack and defense rating if we even want to do that much. It's really in depth.
A really cool addition. Big thank you to Ketchin for finding that for us too.
Yes, big thank you to Ketchin.
Hogs, our fearless leader, pumped in a 128
needs an invite.
Interesting. Both McLarens. Well, Edge is coming out now, but Balaam only going P12 so far. I believe going into this, McLaren was the betting favorites for this tier, if I can recall correctly.
I do believe so as well. Their top 4 as it stands is CJT with a 126.9, Toast in 2nd, Lollytop's 3rd, and Rage Quit in 4th. Really happy to see Rage Quit up there. He struggled in the previous season a lot with qualifying, but hopefully he could turn around and be Mr. Saturday again.
I gotta get Nikki G in here. Thought I had him added. Maybe not. All right, let me go find him. I'm coming, Nikki G.
Can't tell if Rage Quit is going on a lap or not. We see Omar diving into the pits.
Let me go check Discord.
There's plenty of people who can honestly win this race. Anything can happen around here. We see Sinan has an invalidated lap. Diego Legos looks to be on a lap. I can't tell just yet, but he is blinking, so I don't think so.
Nikki G, if you are watching the broadcast, please check Discord.
P6 pole was a 1:26.6. We have Edge putting a very good first sector together. Gets a purple sector 1. A little bit deep to get the nice run down here. Takes a little wide, gets the power down nice and early. Flat before the exit, which is very good to see right there. Nice, good power down the straight. Gonna keep it flat. We lifts a little bit. Keeps it nice and tidy right on the track. Went a little deep, missing the apex. A little bit slow on the exit. Gonna lose a little bit of time down the straight, but still gets a purple sector 2. Kind of hard, fast braking zone. Keeping the power down in 7th, keeping that rotation in the car, which was lovely to see. Braking at that 100-meter board. Keeping the power nice and steady in 3rd gear. Gonna be a lovely exit to the finish. Edge comes around at a 1:27.3. Don't know how we got a purple sector in every sector. All right.
This game plays tricks on us.
The game knows all, I guess. We have Terp 4/10 up on his current time. That'll put him around P4 and 5. Putting at P4 with a 1:27.2. Jim Just Rage gearing up to go on a lap himself. Enabled that ERS. Gives you about 150 more horsepower. All right, just looking over our live timing screen. It's pretty much a tie for the fastest speed trap. We have it in kilometers an hour. We have multiple drivers tied at 336, multiple drivers at 334. Everybody
Mine Lollytops is still up in P3 with that medium time. And he's coming around. He's 4/10 up currently on this lap, so we could be looking at a new pole sitter, provisional pole sitter.
Hopping on board to come across the line. We got the front wing camera angle switching to the broadcast. Coming over with a 1:26.5.
Wow. Very impressive lap.
Deserve a hand clap. Very nice from Lolly. We're now on board with Vince, which I think he is on a cooldown lap now. Jim Just Rage, I think, on a lap. We'll jump on board with him. As he is backing out of that lap now. For some reason. Rage Quit. It's going on for his lap. Well, there's a couple drivers out on their lap now. CJ getting a purple sector 1 for himself, as I just see that when it shows purple sectors, it's their personal best, not the overall personal best. Interesting. But anyway.
Still working on get Nikki G in here.
Rage Quit gets a personal best in the first sector as well. A jump between these two Ferraris. CJ also gets a purple sector 2 for himself. Who do you think's gonna go on pole at this rate so far?
I think Lollytops is looking pretty primed to grab it. I mean, he's
Woo!
very impressive so far.
A 126.3 from CJ.
Yep, then I've been corrected.
Jump on board with Rage Quit now. He's coming to the end of his lap. Rage Quit P3 with a 126.8. So I think those sports bet odds for the McLaren being up front might have been a little wrong. What do you think?
So far, I mean, the proof's in the pudding here. P7 and P14. Obviously, still a lot of time left. These times at the top are actually relatively close. So, if Edge maybe just made one little mistake and cost him a couple of tenths, that could be the difference between him being P7 or even on the podium right now.
Yeah, that is very true. They just need to push that little bit more and get that extra edge, because even Edge is still a second off of CJ. Edge is about, or Ballum is 2 seconds off. Sports bet odds ain't looking too hot right now. It's going to be a good payout for anybody who, for the Ferrari to get pole.
I'd say Com's probably doing flips right now for his two drivers up there.
Midnight very steady through sector 2, getting the power down nice and early onto this back straight. 3 tenths up on his time currently. Gonna put him around P4, P5 as Pogs snuck up in front of Terp Leclerc. P5 with a 127.1 as well.
Pogs is looking mighty racy here for Tier 5.
I love to see it. I love to see it.
And for those maybe not keeping track, Tier 6 is about to come to a close with Jay Lowry looking like he's going to capture the first ever Tier 6 victory. Spoiler alert.
Jay Lowry, what a guy.
Sharp Charles currently on a lap. He's going to be coming into Maggots and Beckett's here in a minute. Merc gets out of his way. I'm interested to see if he can improve on his time here because there's a lot of guys pretty close to him. Currently up just under a 10. Once again, game says it's a purple second sector, but obviously we know that could be wrong.
Yep. We have about 2.5 minutes left in qualifying, so this might be Terp's last lap, unfortunately, unless he has enough fuel in the tank to save up for another one.
It's not looking like it with the fuel light on. Goes 4 tenths quicker up to P3.
Gained 4 tenths in sector 3.
Yeah, a lot of time in that third sector.
Jump on board with Toast as he starts his lap. Yeah, as we can see, there's multiple people fighting for that pole position. We still have just under 2 minutes now, 1:40 left on the time. There's a lot of people that are going to be able to go for it at this point because they're all on their out lap. Toast coming through sector 1. Just almost a tenth up, just 0.08 of a second up on his time.
Edge about to start his lap from P8. See if he can get McLaren back into the conversation here.
Hopefully he can put it up there near CJ or even in front of him by a couple tenths. Either or would be nice. Turp is now diving into the pits. We jump back on board with Post. Oh, there we go. We didn't break it. Post coming across the line, putting it P3. Woo! We're gonna jump back on board with Edge, as I do see the two AlphaTauris ahead of him, Deathman and Diego Lego possibly on a lap as well. We have the Aston of Midnight Killer, who did invalidate his lap. We just
Edge
crossed the
5
line.
tenths. Edge is looking like he can really set down a pretty competitive time here.
Let's see how close he can get, or even jump CJ right now. Keeping it nice and tidy. Very nice on the power. Ooh.
Only goes P5.
Still into the 26s. If CJ down a little bit on his time.
Lollytop's up 2 tenths. You can make a run at this pole.
See if Lolly can get it. Steal it away from CJ, or CJ can improve to beat him out in the last second.
CJ coming up to the second sector line. Does not tell me he's down on his time. This could be for pole here from Lollytops.
Lolly gets pole.
Goes on provisional pole. CJ's gonna have to find a 10th here in this third, more than a 10th here in this third sector. Now at the final corner, can he do it? Cross the line.
No.
Does not get it.
Lollytops, your season opener, tier 5 pole sitter. Congratulations to you, good sir. Very fantastic lap to steal it away by just over a tenth.
How about that? Lollytops and CJ making us eat our words here on who to watch. Both of them are looking like they are the guys to beat in this tier.
Yeah, same as, yeah. Unfortunately, Nicky G, the only one not setting a lap. But it is okay. Giantsfan, run us through the order, would you? And
So Lollytops is going to be starting on pole here with a 26-2 for Tier 5. Then CJ follows him up, followed by Toast, Terp Charles, Edge, Rage Quit in a reserve role, Duthman, Pogs, our fearless leader, Midnight, Amarmo, sorry if I butchered that. Jim Just Rage down at P11 was one of our drivers to watch here. Hopefully you can get it going here in the race. Night Ninja in my Williams, P12, Vince, Sign On, Diego Lego, Balaam, and then Nicky G with the late start. Wasn't able to get a time put down. We'll see where he ends up in the race.
yeah, there's a lot of laps to be had here. There's plenty of things that can happen. I don't even know the weather, what it's gonna be. I wish I could. I wish that was.
We could have a rain race in our hands for all we know.
Yeah, they could be having wet setups on. Could have even gone even
That
faster.
doesn't look like it. Looks like a beautiful day here in Silverstone.
I am still loading on my end. This is a beautiful sunny day for race day.
Knowing this game, though, we could have some surprise showers here at the end. We never know.
We're going to run through the track map real quick. 3.6 miles, 18 turns, 5.89 or 8 kilometers, 3 DRS zones. Plenty of chances to overtake. We're going to see some down the first DRS right after sector, or during sector 1, right into the first turn in sector 2. Plenty of places to go side by side. dangerous spots as well. Giant, where's your favorite place to overtake here if you had to give one?
Um, my favorite, maybe not the smartest, would be into technically turn 3 as the lights are coming on.
We have 5 red lights. And away we go. The Alpine getting a great start, but Lollytop's getting an even better one, getting out ahead of Toast as we do have some people going wide.
We
One
have some spins
Mercedes
in the back.
spinning.
Jordan is not happy right now.
Ooh,
The Marmo.
Lollytops
Oh,
off into the wall. Lolly out of the
Yeah!
race.
What happened?
He might have
CJ's
gotten.
way down the order.
It looked like he
Our
got
two top
tapped.
guys from quali.
It looked like Lolly got tapped in the back by Toast, but
The
ooh,
the two favorites from quali. Lollytops and CJ way down the order. No safety car. We are still racing. Nikki G is somehow ghosting into CJ. I don't know what is going on.
he might be a AI. But as we look at the tires, we have a handful of people on soft, including Toast, Deathman, Night Ninja, Ballum, and Nikki G. Some people on the hards, CJ, Jim, and Omarmo. CJ getting a horrible start all the way down into 13th. Oh my.
Haas is definitely in the mud here. P15, P17. One driver already out. I'm not sure what happened to Jim, but it was not good as Terp Charles takes the third away from Rage Quit around the outside.
What is this camera angle? Just looking at the
Interesting
side
to
of
see some of the battery
BWT.
usage.
Speaking of, I should
Battery
pull that
usage
up.
off of Pog's already way down to 50% on lap 2 already.
Edge holding on to the back of Toast still. Terp 1.5 behind him, but Rage Quit and a whole slew of cars all in a DRS train, hoping to stick with each other.
I think Terp might be able to join this battle here in a couple laps. Did not get a good exit out of that last corner though. He's lost a lot of time there. Now
Right.
Rage Quit's all over the back of him.
Rage Quit getting in his mirrors. Almost decided to make a move, but backed out last second. Didn't want to dive bomb him. Just sticking right on the rear within 4/10.
Two drivers in the pits off of lap 1 here. Diego Lego and Sign both ended up boxing. I'm assuming they had some wing damage somewhere, so that really is going to be a bad start to their race. They'll look for a safety car to get back in this one.
We do have a couple strategies. We have a soft, medium, medium. We have medium, hard. We have soft, medium, medium, soft. A lot of different choices people can take here.
Yeah, I'm of the preference medium hard, but those soft tires definitely are a game changer on this game. I think they are definitely an option if you have a fresh set. If you don't have a fresh set, I definitely don't think they're the way to go though.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Toast is going to try and stretch his advantage out now and use these softs to his advantage as he pumps in a 29.4 for the fastest lap.
Midnight right on the back of Deathman. Deathman on those soft tires. Not looking to be too hot. Midnight right on them. Right with them on those mediums.
On the inside, one of my favorite overtaking moves. Isn't going to get it done though.
Deathman able to carry a little bit more speed. His edge is almost 2 seconds away of Toast at this point. Toast just flying away in that Mercedes.
Keep in mind, Deathman also looks to be short on fuel, which is a bold strategy because you're banking on a safety car here. And he's the only one I'm seeing with that fuel light on this early, so it'll be interesting to see. Him and Omarmo are both got their fuel lights on. Might have to do some fuel saving if there's no safety car here.
Could you get an invite to Nikki G by chance?
I can.
But overall, we do have a good fight in the middle pack at the minute, including Deathman, Midnight, Pogs, Vince, and Night Ninja. Nope, Night Ninja's 4.5 seconds behind Vince. Gonna jump down into Vince, who has DRS. CJ getting past Night Ninja. Down in the back. Ooh, Vince having to correct a little bit.
Gibbs, what's your preference? Do you like to underfuel or do you try to overfuel for races?
I overfuel by about half a lap just in case, because you know anything can happen. I like to sit around that 0.1 mark, 0.2 mark during the race, maybe even go 0.0.
I like, oh, as Night Ninja almost has a moment there. But I like to flirt with it sometimes. I like to be right on the edge.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we have Rage Quit trying to make a move around the outside of Turp Leclerc, but not being able to make it happen. As he is spamming the ERS, as Turp is out of ERS.
Turp is out of ERS.
He gets the move done.
I did not think Rage Quit was going to make that comeback on him.
I did not either. As you were saying.
So yeah, I like to be flirting with it, and I also like to look at the track too. If we're gonna go to like an MRL where we don't normally get a lot of safety cars, especially in Tier 1, as Turp Charles is gonna try and make another go here at Rage Quit.
With the DRS, nice easy move. Rage Quit doesn't really fight it because he knows he's probably still blinking. Ooh, almost spinning out.
Oh, maybe not. I thought Rage Quit was gonna just kind of camp behind him for the next DRS straight and get him there, but maybe not now, as he's over a second behind, which is going to expose him to Midnight.
Yes, it is. Turp is seeing his chance to move out at this point. Hopefully. But Rage Quit is going to be using his ERS to his advantage, one would hope.
We'll be able to hold him off for this straight, as Deathman almost has a moment behind them.
But at the same time, Midnight is less than 4 tenths behind him. Gonna be putting pressure on Rage Quit, but Rage Quit using some ERS right there to get a little bit closer.
Back down the order to P10. CJ's stuck behind Ballum right now, and his race has really been ruined from that start. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get all the way back up to the top 3 drivers, but I'm expecting to get him back up into P5 here, even without a safety car with his pace.
Yeah, I do as well, especially on those hard tires. He's going to be able to push a little bit longer, maybe go for that overcut. He's looking to make a move into Maggots and Beckett's, holding a little bit behind.
This is brutal for CJ. This is not an area of the track you want to be stuck behind someone that's slower than you. He'll get him here down this straight as long as he doesn't go wide, which he doesn't.
But as you can see, that gap is pretty long way for him to make up.
And it looks like Balaam's going to fight him a little bit here. Around the outside goes CJ. He should get the job done here, no problem, and he does.
Deathman stuck behind Pogs at the minute, not able to make up much ground on the Alpine driver.
Pogs actually stole that spot off of him because Deathman was sitting up there behind Midnight, and then I think Deathman had a moment going onto this first DRS straight last lap, and Pogs was able to snatch it away from him.
I did not see that.
Deathman is still wiggling around. I think these softs are starting to give way. At least for Deathman they are, because he is struggling right now.
We go back up to Toast. He's still at that 2.2 second range edge, holding it in there.
Rage Quit steals Turp Charles' spot. Turp Charles is going to look around the outside once again. Not going to have it.
This Midnight is invited into that fight now. I'm gonna jump on board with Midnight.
I don't think he's going to make a move here.
Put himself in Turp's rear.
Midnight's a very smart driver. He knows where to make moves, where not to. Maybe he doesn't have the top end pace, but he does have the IQ of a really good driver. As my voice cracks. Turp Charles going to get another run on Rage Quit here. These two just cannot sort themselves out. Midnight's dumping out ERS. Could we see 3 wide? Midnight thinks better of it.
Midnight just trying to hold on to that place over Rage Quit, but gets the power down! Gets past Turp!
Turp ran wide. Midnight's going to steal that spot off of him. Side by side through these corners is always scary. Midnight's got it done. Turp Charles is going to look back to the inside, though. This is fantastic battling as Rage Quit picks up 3 seconds. Side by side through turn 1. They survive.
Ooh, still side by side. Rage Quit going a little wide again. Ooh, Rage Quit hitting the back of Turp.
They still survive. How did Turp catch that car?
Rage Quit has some front wing damage. He lost his front end plate, but still going side by side. Midnight getting the DRS right here. Going to make a move down the inside, hopefully to break late. Rage Quit trying to fight again still.
Rage Quit. That's not the move.
But that's also
He backs out of it.
inviting Pogs into this fight along with Vince.
I say these guys gotta get themselves sorted out. They are losing a ton of time to these top two drivers, which
4
Edge, by the way,
seconds
is
now.
making gains. The Turf Charles is gonna go side. Oh, thinks better of it. Smart move by Turf Charles. There's Rage Quit. Goes side by side with Pogs. Pogs off the track. He's gonna have to give the. Oh, maybe not. These are gonna go side by side. Pog steals the spot off of Rage Quit, who's struggling with that wing.
Vince looking to do a switchback on Rage Quit onto the main straight. The Rage Quit with that broken wing might be able to go a little bit faster.
Turf
but
Charles and Midnight still battling it out here for P3. Action all over the track.
Midnight getting a better launch out of that corner. Turp spinning the wheels just a tiny bit.
Rage Quit's doing the smart thing. He was just gonna box him for a new wing. Probably take some hearts to the end here. What this is also doing is allowing
Turp
CJ
gets
to get
right
back
past
in contention.
Midnight. Midnight having a little moment. That allows Pogs right behind the two of them.
Couple time penalties already. Turp Charles with 3 seconds. Rage Quit with 3 seconds. Diego Lego with 3 seconds. Down the order, Deathman had finally given up on those softs. He was just struggling too much. Had to box. Ended up putting on some hards. He'll probably look to take those to the end.
Both LP drivers are currently blinking. Nice, sitting around 40% ERS.
If I'm Turp Charles here, I would possibly look. If Midnight gets another go at him, which is not looking like he will at the moment, I'd look to just sit behind Midnight and build up my ERS. But he has done a good job so far pulling away from Midnight. CJ just 4 seconds off of this group right now. Also on the
Slowly
hard
getting
tire, and
back.
also plenty of ERS to play with here.
Can Nicky Jew get another invite?
Yes,
He's been unable to join still. Deathman pinned for the hard tire off those softs. Got himself into some fresh air. Slowly gaining time back on the AI of Nicky G, and Jim just raged. We see
surprised at
Midnight.
how much Jim has struggled so far today. Maybe not one of his better tracks, but I expected Jim to be higher up the order.
Sweet. Midnight less than 2/10 away, hoping to make a move down this DRS straight. Just using the DRS,
He's
hoping to
gonna
break
do it.
late. Gets it done. Is Turp gonna switch back? Tries to. Midnight puts his car in the perfect spot down the inside, maybe.
Oh,
Ooh.
ooh, that was tight. If I'm Turp here, I look to just sit and ride. I wouldn't be trying to make any moves, as he might make me eat my words here around the outside. That's a bold move. Looks to the inside.
Woo!
Great overtake. Wow.
What the switchback?
Turp just making. Turp's just here for the excitement. He's not here for the race wins.
What a move by Turp.
Boggs has lost DRS off of Midnight. That might make him vulnerable here to Vince. Vince isn't going to get him on this straight, though. Meanwhile, up towards the top, Edge has slowly been chipping away here at Toast. Toast tires might be dropping off just a little bit on those softs.
Bit by bit, he's hanging around that 1.5 to 2 second mark. Edge is
Edge
trying
is not
to,
going away.
Yeah, he's trying to get it closer.
Edge might have heard us talking some smack about him in quali, and he's going to try and make us eat our words here. It's down to 1.2. He gained a lot of time through those first set of corners.
And jump back on board with Midnight. Actually, with Vince, as he makes a move down the inside of Pogs. Still side by side. Pogs going to take the inside line. Vince giving him the space. It's able to put the power down a little bit. It might be done for
Pogs
now.
are just so vulnerable without the DRS there. It was very low ERS. Vince had managed his ERS very well. It was just a matter of time.
Pogs just needs to hang right behind him. for this DRS. Jump back on board with Midnight, losing some time for Maggots and Beckett's.
Fogs is still within 3/10 here. He might make a move at the end of the straight. Caution, it's for Nicky G in Sector 1. He has looped it around. Can't see if there's any damage left. Nicky G is out of the session. I will try to invite him one more time.
Hogs and Terp now fighting because Terp has spun. Oh, Terp is in the pits actually. Toast also into the pits. Our new leader is Edge. We're gonna jump on board with Toast as he is now coming out of the pits in some open air along with Terp.
Now the undercut here is going to be massive. Toast is put it on the mediums, which is the same tire as Edge, only 10 laps fresher. But Toast is coming out here in some traffic with Jim just raged as Jim goes around the outside. Thinks better of it. So Toast is going to have to make quick work here of Night Ninja ahead of him and try to pump in these times to get a healthy advantage over Edge.
Yeah, indeed. CJ just 2.5 seconds behind Pogs now.
He's just slowly been chipping away at this time.
Slowly but surely, indeed.
I'm curious to see what tire he goes onto for this final stint. Does he go aggressive on the softs, or is he going to play the safe bet on the mediums?
Who knows?
As Pogs is going to look for a move. He's got the overtake on. Pogs is going for a move here on Vince. Around the outside. Should get the move done before the corner, and does. Vince is going to box here on lap 10 on those medium. Only taking the mediums 11 laps.
He is definitely
10
jumping
laps.
onto those hard tires.
I think he's going for this undercut here. I mean, there's no shot he goes for the softs here, right?
Toast went for the mediums.
Toast is going to have to stretch these mediums 16 laps to the end.
Very
That's
possible.
asking a lot of the mediums.
Very possible.
If I'm Edge here, Edge obviously didn't box there. Edge might look to go long here on these mediums and try to get an advantage towards the end of the race on tires.
I do indeed. That's what I do think he's doing.
CJ also boxed early. CJ was on the hards. Now he's going to opt for the mediums to the end.
Very interesting.
Gonna come out here behind Deathman on Deathman's 5-lap-old hard, so I would think CJ should make pretty quick work here of Deathman. It's the front with all these pit stops. This is kind of gotten spaced out here quite a bit.
Yep, it definitely has. Deathman down here. Almost within a second. Lost a lot of time, but CJ within a second of Deathman.
Look at time penalties here. Jim just raged with 3, Terp Trials with 3, Rage Quit with 3, and Diego Lego sitting with 6 seconds down there in P14. Toast also has the fastest lap currently at a 24 or 29.4, which is almost a second up on anybody else's time currently. Edge is in the pits.
Putting on the hard tire.
It's a little bit curious for me that he took the mediums.
Gonna be coming
that
out
long, knowing
along at. He might be coming out alongside of Toast. Oh, Toast.
Toast has got to be easily. He's not even going to beat Jim out, I don't think. It's going to be close. There should be side by side here going into turn 3. Edge up onto the sausage curve. That's never a good idea. Jim gives him a little tap. Edge is going to get the move done. Jim is going to have DRS, but I don't think he's going to be looking to make a move. I stand corrected. Goes down the inside of Edge.
Jim's a fighter, man.
I say Jim is like, nah, he having none of it. He's got to get his name up here in the ring. Edge, I would think, on the 12-lap fresher hard should be able to pull away from him now. 5 seconds off of Toast now. So that undercut there by Toast is going to gain him just about 4.5 seconds, I want to say, which
Yes,
is
yes, it did.
absolutely massive. Edge is going to have the better tires here to the end. Oh, and those mediums are going to have to go a long way, so stay tuned because this could be pretty close here towards the end.
Anything can happen at this point.
Midnight currently out in front. Let's give him the love he needs. He's driven a great race to this point.
Herp right on the back of Jim Just Raged.
Should be able to make pretty quick work of this, I would think. Got 10 lap pressure hards on.
I would have to say so as well.
Knowing Jim, I don't think he's just going to roll over for this one.
Kind of rolled over for this one.
Jim is just all over the place today. I can't
That was
quite
just
guess what he's going to do.
You just got the classic case of commentary curse with Gibbsy. If we go back 2 seasons, I do believe. Season finale at Imola for Tier 4. I caught every single wreck.
Yep, it's a Gibbsy curse. It's not a me thing. Edge has started to creep in on Toast a little bit. He's got 11 laps to make up 5 seconds. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, though. Sign on legs out. We'll get him an invite.
TJ getting past Vince there pretty easily.
If I'm one of these guys that underfield, I'm going to start sweating here because we got 11 laps. We have yet to see a safety car, and I'm seeing a couple fuel lights on. So the end of this race could be quite interesting for guys on fuel.
Yes, it will be.
Back down the order to P11. Rage Quit has struggled since that broken wing and has not been able to get back up in the fight yet. I'm sure he's going to be looking for a safety car here to spice things up for him.
Oh, most definitely.
CJ also got around Vince.
Midnight and Pogs taking those medium tires pretty long, but Toast is catching them at a pretty quick rate.
They might be looking to go softs here towards the end.
I would be pitting
this
lap.
They're going to have to make up a lot of time.
I would be pitting this lap for sure.
Midnight was dumping out a lot of ERS there. Is he going to box? Nope. Going to go one more lap. Pogs, is it going to be up next here? Does Pogs come in?
I think Pogs
nope,
is way
stays
down
out another
Midnight.
lap. Good to see Pogs back up towards the front of these races, even with it being strategy related. So effective P1, 2, and 3 right now is going to be Toast, Edge, and Terp Charles. Terp Charles, who is carrying a penalty. Let's see if I can find who's carrying a 3-second penalty. Diego Lego picks up his third penalty for 9 seconds now. Jim also carrying 6. Rage Quit at 3. Very good job by everyone so far on the penalties.
I would have to say so as well. Is that we have the Williams seemingly having the fastest setup here of Night Ninja. He currently has the top speed in the race so far today at 341 kilometers an hour.
Maru P3 picks up 3 seconds. He's got yet to box here though, so.
Yes, we see Toast time coming down by another 2 seconds. Sorry for any background noise that you guys do hear. My neighbor is mowing her lawn.
Just taking a second off of Toast as Amaru comes in. He'll probably be looking to throw on either some softs or mediums here to the end. Given it's less than 10 laps to go, it would not surprise me if it was a pair of softs.
You see the time coming down from toast to pogs, just bit by bit by bit, corner by corner.
Midnight running a little wide through. I wish I knew the corner names because I would be able to tell you better, but did get a good run off, so I think it kind of canceled that out. So drivers yet to pit here are Midnight, Pogs, and Jim just raged.
Vince looking to make a move back on CJ, going around the outside. Getting the power
That's
down.
really surprising.
Side by side on their
CJ's
way to
on-
cop. Or oops. I don't know how to say it. Vince getting it done.
Midnight's in. Midnight's in. Now we're looking for Pogs. Does Pogs finally call it? He will. Top two are in the pits. We'll put Toast
see
and
where
Edge
Toast-
back into the lead. Edge has been just chipping away at this lead. He's taken about 2 seconds off since he pit in 4 laps. We could be on for a battle for the win here come to the end of this race.
We will have to see. 8 laps to go now.
Those mediums aren't going to get any better for Toast, so
Midnight falling down the odor a little bit. Falling behind Vince and CJ.
and CJ. CJ going to be right all over the back of Vince. Probably look for a move here in the DRS straight. Vince only 4 seconds off of Turp Charles, with Turp Charles is 3 seconds of penalties. CJ is just not going to be close enough to make a move here.
Pogs fighting Balaam on the exit of the pits. Pogs getting DRS? Pogs
Midnight
did-
is catching CJ and Vince very quickly here. As Balaam and Pogs are going side by side.
Rage Quit come to try and fight Balaam and Pogs as well. Gonna jump on board with CJ because he is right behind Vince. Some 2/10 coming through Maggots and Beckett's.
Midnight's going to be very fast on these fresh set of softs. He could look to get them both here and on the straight. He's dumping out ERS.
Gonna go
Could we
off
see a
board
double
with
overtake
Midnight.
here from Midnight? 3 wide. I think he's going to get them both. He does. Job done for Midnight. Up to P4.
What an overtake by Midnight. CJ gonna dive out
CJ
the
looking for an
inside.
inside. Thinks better of it.
Ooh.
Smart move there by CJ.
Midnight with the beautiful double overtake for the Aston team.
As we have a caution on track, it looks like it's Balaam has looped it around. As we have Rage Quit looping it around as well into the side of Pogs. Marmo's going to say thank you and take both of those spots off of them.
Same with Deathman. Deathman up in front of those two gents now.
Turp Charles' worst nightmare is coming to a reality here. Midnight is catching him quickly. He's almost within this 30 seconds, and he's dragging CJ and Vince with him so far. As we have a possible retirement in the pits or a spin on pit straight. Night Ninja has looped it around. It looks like he may have lost his wing as well.
It's unfortunate for Nate Ninja. We have Deathman right on the back of Pogs now. He's falling back down the order.
Midnight has dropped CJ and Vince, so Turp may be able to sneak out of here with a P4 yet. It's not looking good for his P3 though, with Midnight hauling on these softs.
I would have to agree with that. It's not looking good for him.
Edge has caught yet another second up on Toast here. I think we're going to have a battle for the win here come to the end of this race. Midnight down to 2 seconds behind Terp now.
Getting closer and closer. Vince not being able to hold on to the back of CJ anymore. He got DRS this time around. Just barely.
Midnight almost within a second to Terp Charles. He is absolutely flying right now.
He very much is. 6 laps to go, and he made 4 seconds up and 2 laps.
Night Ninja has retired in the pit lane.
Fortunate to see for him today.
Midnight's not going to make a move here. I think he's going to have him done and dusted here for P3. Should easily get it and does.
Very good move. Nice and simple for Midnight.
Midnight is up 6 spots from starting P9 at the start of this race, up to P3 now, and is looking mighty fast as Diego Lego steals fastest lap off of Toast.
Midnight getting the
Midnight
fastest lap.
right off of him. Unfortunately for Midnight, I think he's just going to run out of time to catch these top 2, but he's definitely making it interesting.
He felt that grip and was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Edge down to 2.2 seconds behind Toast. Toast is currently in some lap traffic right now, some ghost lap traffic, I might add. Just Nicky G's not in the session currently.
There is sign on.
I believe I have sent both of them invites, but at this point in the race, it might be a little too late for them to get in.
And unfortunately have to agree.
His Edge is going to get overtaken here by Diego Lego. That's not going to be good for him. That cost him a couple tenths. Diego on the faster soft tires currently.
I think if you're a lapped car now, you just ghost.
You do. It was ghosted, but I think the distraction of Diego going through him was enough to cost him some time.
Diego with 12 seconds of penalties. Whew.
CJ just not too far off here of snatching P4 from Terp Charles on penalties. 6 tenths he's got to find here in the closing laps.
In the last 2 laps, Midnight
Diego
has gained 2 seconds, or just about a second and a half on Edge.
Ooh, Edge made a mess of that corner. He's going to lose a lot of time here to Edge. I don't think he's having a fun time right now because he is just stuck in Diego, and that cannot be doing good things for his vision on track.
It definitely cannot.
I know, speaking from a driver's point of view, that is probably the most distracting thing, is having a ghosted lap car right there in your car.
Yes, yes indeed.
Midnight down to a second and a half. Midnight might be able to steal P2 off of Edge here.
He might.
With this ghosted car wreaking havoc here on Edge. The one positive thing for Edge here is he's going to get DRS, but so is Midnight, so Midnight's down to almost a second behind Edge now. He is within that second gap to Edge.
Woo-wee. We got a
all
race
to
on our
play for
hands.
here for Midnight. There's an outside chance that Midnight might be able to make a go here at Toast. If he can make quick work of Edge here, it is not out of the question.
He can still do it.
I think Midnight's going to have to get Edge on the straight here, and I think that the rate that he's closing, he might be able to.
Within 2 tenths already.
This should be done and dusted here. I don't think Edge is going to have much to fight him with. Edge does have a lot of battery to play with. Is Midnight going to make the move down the inside? He's going to go for it. He's not wasting any time. Edge is going to look for the switchback. It's done and dusted, though. Midnight is 3 laps to catch up 2 seconds on Toast. Can he do it?
Woo! Midnight's
Down
on
to
a
2
charge.
seconds.
Pogs getting past Omar in the background.
CJ is also within that 3 seconds to Terp. Terp is looking like a P5 right now.
Gonna jump back,
1.8 up at the front.
and jump back with Edge, trying to hold on to Midnight, but Midnight just pulling like a son of a gun.
The only thing I'm concerned about for Midnight here is Midnight's at 5% on his battery. Toast has got 46%. This is going to be critical that he can get up to his DRS as soon as he can. CJ picks up 3. That's going to be a huge benefit to Terp. Terp
Yes, it
might be able to
is.
hang on to P4 here now. Now CJ's going to have to make sure to keep 3 seconds between himself and Vince, which so far it's looking like he's going to be able to do as Vince makes a mistake in the final corner. Midnight's going to get DRS here, I believe, off of this lap car, which is going to be huge for him. He's got it. Midnight has a chance. 1.5 now to Toast.
Oh my gosh.
The lap car moves over. 1.3. 1.2. We've got a race for the win on our hands.
This is where it gets interesting. Midnight's going to get the traction out of the corner.
He's down within a second. Toast is going to burn some ERS to try to keep him out of the DRS range. So far, he's done it successfully.
Just stay on board with Toast.
No one really getting in the fights down the order. Jim is going to have a look at Balaam, but that is currently out of the points. Midnight within a second now. Toast down to 32% on his battery. It is all to play for here for the first victory in Tier 5.
Edge also within a second of Midnight.
We are in Season 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Down to 7/10. With 2 laps to go. Midnight with one of the all-time comeback drives here. Can he do it?
Edge might be in this fight as well for the victory still. He's within a second. See him
These
still
two
in the
get the bumping
background.
and banging, and look for Edge to steal this off of both of them. Midnight's got the DRS. Down to 5/10. Oh my goodness, what a race we have on our hands.
This is amazing. Midnight getting a wide line. Kind of a bad exit. Gonna lose him a little bit of time. Midnight is within that toe now.
This might be a last lap pass for the win here. I don't think he's going to get him here on this straight. I think Toast has got enough battery to fend it off with.
If Midnight wants
But
to be
Midnight's
smart,
down
he's
to
going to
3
want to
tenths.
go into the last lap in second.
I would hang on to Midnight's going to burn some ERS here. I don't think, nope, he shuts it off.
Okay.
Smart move there by Midnight. Save the ERS on the straight. Look for a last lap move. Edge just dropped out of the second gap here, so it's mostly a battle between Midnight and Toast now. I would almost try to wait here for this last
Edge is,
DRS straight.
Edge is within 7/10 again. Wowzee.
By Midnight, I wait for the second DRS straight. Save some ERS here on the straight. But he's going to get a good run off. I think he's hanging on. I think he's doing it. I think he's going to wait for the second DRS straight and trying to save as much ERS as he can. As right now, they're almost on equal footing for ERS. Midnight ran a little bit wide there. He's going to cost himself some time.
Getting a good exit right there is going to make him up sometime, though.
They are on equal footing.
Toast burning.
If Midnight can get a good run off Maggots and Beckett's here, it is all to play for. 3/10 is the gap.
Edge within 6/10. He is still in it as well. Don't forget about him right behind these two. Midnight needs to keep the gap within 3/10.
Midnight's going to get a good run. This is the move. It's now or never. 3/10 is the gap.
They're both
Down
burning.
to 2/10. Down to 1/10. Midnight's getting looking for around the outside, side by side. They keep it clean. Midnight's still out there. He's going to have the inside now. He's got it.
Midnight getting the move done into the last corner.
Midnight steals the win.
Midnight
from Toast.
getting the
What a
last
comeback.
corner win.
Oh, my word, Midnight.
What an absolute win. My golly.
He did not just
What
do that.
a move. Driver of the day right there. Those moves he was having to make. Coming out of the pits in sixth, passing every single person to come back with the victory. Wow. That was insane. Midnight, what a move.
Wow, that is
Toast.
insanely impressive by Midnight there.
Toast leading 24 out of 26 laps, 25 out of 26 laps. And Midnight stealing it at the last corner.
Absolute heartbreak for Toast, who drove an outstanding race. Him and Edge, I thought we were going to run away with this race, but Midnight had other plans. Coming from P9 on the grid all the way to P1. Outstanding drive by Midnight.
That was
also
awesome.
max points for Midnight. He's going to grab 26 points to start off his Tier 5 championship this season.
Yeah.
Toast and Edge will make out the podium. Turp Charles does hang on to fourth by little over a second to CJ. CJ, who spun early, manages to fight his way all the way back up to P5 without a safety car, I might add.
We see Midnight
Vince
cheering out his way with victory.
Vince will bring it home P6, followed by Pogs in P7, Omarmo P8, Deathman brings it home P9, and Rage Quit will finish out the points here in 10th.
Yeah. These guys, amazing. No safety car even.
Yeah, you can tell there was a lot of old Tier 4 drivers in this lobby, but by how clean of a race that was, congratulations to all that participated in this event.
That indeed. We are now going to be hopping over and hopefully getting an interview with our drivers, our top 3 drivers who were battling it out up until the very end.
Semtex makes a good point in chat. Back-to-back opening race wins for Midnight last season and this season.
That's awesome. Because we are going to be getting our race winner in here. I'm just going to make sure everything looks correct.
Midnight, the man of the
Midnight.
How in the world did you just do that?
My guy, what a comeback! Every lap you were just overtake, just running them down. What were you feeling coming into those last 2 laps, trying to keep the pressure on them?
I just didn't. I knew I wanted to pass him at the latest time possible because I didn't think I'd have enough ERS to make it past him because I had an opportunity on lap 25 and I just stuck behind him. But
Smart.
It was that late lunge though, man. That just around that what turn 14 or 15, something like that. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was very, very nuts.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you, Midnight. I didn't see you coming back at the end of the race. I thought you were going to maybe get back up to P3, but to come all the way back up to P1, are you kidding me, Midnight?
I agree. I was like, I just wanted to take those mediums as long as possible. And when I saw where I came out of, I was like, all right, P3 is the goal again. We can do this. And when I just saw that the softs just had so much more tread in them and so much more grip later on than those mediums and the hards, it came through big. It came through big, taking those mediums to like 17, 18 laps.
How does it feel to get back-to-back season opening wins here in
Oh
Tier
my
5,
gosh.
especially with all the Tier 4 drivers coming back down this season?
Dude, I had to turn the corner line on. I'll be honest. I'm running corner line assist. I saw those names.
Your face was outstanding.
and I think it helped me stay consistent as well too. So I think when I saw our preseason no assists race, I saw how inconsistent I was, and for these tiers now, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use a little, get a little help here and have some fun, and it was a fucking blast. Excuse the language.
I'm glad you had a blast, Midnight. Congratulations on your opening or season opener win 2 years in a row, by the way.
And
Oh my gosh,
thank
can't
you for
believe
the
it.
show.
Yeah. I hope I'll be excited to watch it back. And yeah, thanks for the call, guys. I appreciate it. Hell yeah.
Midnight,
Thank you.
thank you once again. Next up, we have Edge, aka Sniper.
Hello.
Edge, coming in those last couple laps, you really got the pressure put on you by Midnight. What was going through your head there?
Personally, I thought his tires would die at the end, so I could catch back up. But no, didn't really work out in that way.
That's unfortunate.
But he got the win, so congrats to him.
You almost
Looking
made
back
a.
on it,
Yeah, go ahead, Giant.
looking back on the Edge, you stayed out, I think maybe 2 or 3 laps longer than Toast did. Do you think going back he would have pit a little bit sooner to try and avoid such a great undercut by Toast there?
Personally, I looked at my tires on that lap, and I was gonna try to go for longer, like what Midnight did for softs, but
Right.
my tire degradation was way too high, so I just pitted for hards, and then I got caught out with 5 seconds behind him. But I crawled it back at the end a little bit.
I thought you were going to be the one making the move on Toast, not Midnight, because you were just slowly chipping away at that time, and I thought we were going to have a battle for the win just between you two, not even thinking about Midnight.
I didn't even think about Midnight either. I didn't think about anybody behind me personally, but he just snuck in and out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did. He definitely helped carry you to get up there with Toast.
Oh yeah, he did. I had some good engineers with me, so I had Anju and then 2 other guys. So
We love
I
to
had
see
quite
it.
a few people.
It was very awesome, man. Well, congratulations on your season open podium.
Thank you, thank you. Probably see you again.
Oh, most definitely we will.
All right, have a nice day.
You as well, good
You
sir.
too.
Because I do not see Toast at all. Toast was in there. I do not see him any longer. Unfortunately, Toast cannot. So that is going to be all for us today. Thank you all for joining us in Tier 5. Brilliant racing overall. Just everybody just
Not
midnight.
ask for a
Oh my
better race to
goodness.
call.
No, not at all. Don't forget to go over to Tier 4 as they should be starting in 3 minutes. You guys have a wonderful day. Giants, anything to say to close us off today?
Yeah, other than thank you for everyone that tuned in, and thank you for the show, for the drivers that put that on. That was just brilliant to start the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to check out Tier 4 once again. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will be seeing you here in Tier 5 with some more glorious action next week. Boom.